She's tracked. Okay, come on.
Okay. Are you okay?
I'm okay.
Colin, it's an absolute pleasure to meet you. Congrats on the film and congrats on the franchise. And
thanks, man.
Well, there was a level of success expected for the first film. It must be completely blown out of the water now, given how well Jurassic World did. So how do you go about tackling the second film and what essentially is a new franchise?
Yeah, I feel like the instinct that would be most natural is to try and just make it bigger.
Yeah.
And in some ways it is, but in a lot of ways it's just richer and darker, and I think more character based and a bit more complex in the story that it's telling. And I think that's what audiences require if you're going to keep asking them to enjoy your dinosaur movies. You just want to make sure it's not just people getting eaten by dinosaurs.
Yeah, and it's a very different film than the first film. It's by no means a carbon copy.
No.
Was there any pushback from the studio? Because obviously there's an element of it's not broke, don't fix it, because this is you've made some bold decisions here, and good decisions.
Thank you for saying they're good. We didn't know that until this week, and so we're look. I mean, we're creative people who got into to making films because we love telling new stories, and for us to have made a lot of taken a lot of risks and made a lot of decisions that depart from the first film without alienating those who love either it or the original Jurassic Park. It was a challenge.
And how was it letting somebody else direct? I'm sure you've been asked these questions a million times today, but obviously you're coming back for the third one.
Yeah.
The director to force one to huge success. Were you on set much? How much input? Obviously script as well, but was there much input on set, or did you leave one?
No,
I was
there, but I as a director, I knew when to not be there.
And I know what annoys you.
Oh, absolutely. I knew how annoyed I would have been with myself.
Yeah.
And so my job, which I completely embraced, and I loved producing, and it's something I'm going to do a lot more of now because I enjoyed it so much. I feel like it was just an opportunity for me, not just to tell the story that I wanted to tell via a director who I'm a huge fan of, and I don't consider it that I let him direct it. I asked him to direct it, and I'm so grateful that he said yes. And being able to be involved as I was throughout the entire process, to me it was a level of collaboration that's very rare in two directors being able to work together to do something like this. But this movie was so hard that I think it required that kind of constant conversation to take the kind of risks that you say we took.
Yeah, and I mean, you've got Jeff Goldblum in there as well, who makes a welcome return. Is that a conscious decision then to go, look, we want a little bit of that nostalgia, because that's such a huge reason why the reboot worked, while the first Jurassic World worked.
Right. Was
that a reason why you kind of put Jeff in there, despite being a great actor and a great character?
I didn't consider him a nostalgia play. I look at him as being an important voice in this moment in the story, and that if it was nostalgia, we would have put him in his old outfit, and he would have had that that same kind of attitude. But now he's someone who he gave us a warning in the 90s, and that warning wasn't heeded. And now here we are dealing with the consequences of our action, our hubris, and our greed. And I feel like there's nobody else that could be the messenger for that idea than Ian Malcolm.
And the opening shot of Bryce Dallas Howard is a shot of her shoes, and there was it was the strangest backlash ever that somebody had high heels on running away from T-Rex.
It wasn't that strange in America. The rest of the world found it.
Yeah, it was a strange backlash anyway.
Right.
But I suppose there's always something. So was that opening shot a little wink to kind of say she's still wearing the high heels?
There's two shots, and that it was very important to Bryce to she had very clear ideas about why she chose to do that and what she wanted to do in this one. And she wanted to recognize, look, when she's in the office, this is what she wears. But there's another shot when they get to the island where her boot hits the ground and we tilt up to her. That was in the script.
Yeah.
And we just wanted to make it clear that, she wears appropriate footwear based on what she expects to do that day.
Yeah. So from knowing, say, Chris Pratt now, because a couple of years ago with Guardians of the Galaxy was just coming out, he was about to become a movie star. Has Chris changed at all in the past couple of years, or since the production of the first Jurassic World?
He has, in that I found him to be so much more in tune with what a movie needs in order to work for an audience. And it's a great gift for us to have somebody who is involved in 2 different franchises, who is able to see what works and what doesn't, and to make those adjustments and to have those conversations about like where we are in the movie, where we are in the story at that point, and is this a moment where a little bit of humor and levity could work, or is it going to feel blasé? They're just going to feel like the characters aren't recognizing the peril or the terror that they're in. Those are conversations we have all the time, and he's become a true master of just knowing how the audience is going to react or respond in any given moment.
That's a very proper movie star. Colin, pleasure to meet you. Looking forward to the 3rd movie.
Welcome to Jurassic World.